Hey, we got any steelheaders out there? We're going to take a look at how we set up our indicator rig for steelhead fishing. Hey everyone, Dan Probanik here with Chagrin River Outfitters. What we're going to do here now is take a look at how we build our indicator rig when we're steelhead fishing. Indicator fishing, you can do a lot of different things with it, where you put the weight, how many flies you're fishing, etc. There's definitely a way we prefer to fish and do rig up most of the time when we're steelhead fishing, and that's what we're going to look at here today. Have a little diagram here. We'll follow along, and we'll start with the leader, the indicator, go down to the swivel, tippet, where we put our split shots, etc. We'll take our time, we'll go through it. First thing we're going to start with is a pretty heavy leader. I almost always start with a 0x leader. Put that on, brand new leader, take it down to about 7.5 feet, 7.5 to 8 feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that leader off. Brand new leader, take about a foot off of it. So we're looking at about a 9 foot, or about taking that 9-foot leader, taking it to about 8 feet. What I'm going to do next is attach a barrel swivel. Little barrel swivel, size 10 or 12, little micro swivel. And this will help with a lot of things. This will help with line twist, or preventing line twist. It'll also help with when we get snagged up, when we get hung up. If we break off, 99 times out of 100, everything's going to break below the swivel. So instead of having to use a new leader, instead of having to tie a blood knot or a surgeon's knot with cold hands, we can just tie a simple improved clinch knot to our barrel swivel, and we're right back fishing. All right, once we tie on that barrel swivel, we're going to put a little tag off the end of it. Take some 0x tippet, 1x tippet, tie about a 4-inch tag off one of those rings on the barrel swivel. And the reason we're going to do that is because that's where we're going to attach our split shot, okay? Again, all these things, this rig, we do for a reason. The reason we put that tag on there and the reason we attach our split shot there is twofold. If we will take that tag, we'll put a couple overhand knots in it. Try and get those overhand knots about 1.5 inches out from where you attach it to the ring on the barrel swivel. And that's going to keep those split shots from sliding off when we're casting, okay? And again, having them out there on that tag does two things. A, when that rig is bouncing along the bottom, you're getting a much better presentation than if it's attached to the main line and kind of drag it and rolling along the bottom. It's going to get a little better presentation. Steelhead aren't that fussy when it comes to presentation, but the better job we can do, why not? The second thing is when those split shots are attached to that tag there, when those split shots hang up, when they get snagged up, again, if we break everything off, instead of breaking off our whole rig, we just broke off our split shots or broke off our tag. All we have to do, put on another tag, put on a couple of split shots, and we're right back to fishing. So it saves you a lot of break off, saves you a lot of flies, saves you a lot of time re-rigging. So we got our leader, we got our swivel, we got our little tag with our split shots on there. Next thing we're going to add is our tippet. Now for steelhead, I like to fish heavy. They're not very leader shy. I'm usually fishing most days 1x and 2x tippet. I'm fishing 1x to my first fly, which is usually an egg pattern, and then I'm going to fish 2x to my second fly, which is usually some kind of nymph, some kind of bait fish pattern, woolly bugger, zonker. It just depends on the water conditions, water color, etc. Important to keep in mind, fluorocarbon tippet, very important. Fluorocarbon is a little more abrasion resistant, has better knot strength. It just catches more fish. Is it a little more expensive than mono? Sure. Is it worth it? I think so. I think it definitely catches more fish. A few other things to keep in mind. when you're building a leader system, when you're using a 2-fly rig, this one or another one, anytime you're fishing 2 flies or anytime you're building a leader, always go from heavier to lighter. So in this case, if we're going to fish 1X tippet to our egg pattern, make sure you drop down the size, fish 2X to your second fly. Reason being, again, you hang up that bottom fly, you have to break it off. It'll break at the weakest point. You'll just lose 1 fly instead of losing 2 flies or your whole rig. So there is a reason we fish it this way. It simplifies re-rigging when you break things off. It allows you to lose less flies, lose less rigs, spend more time fishing. Other than that, I think we covered it pretty good. If anybody has any questions, give us a call, shoot us an email, make a comment on the YouTube page. We'll be happy to help you out.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And as always, please visit us at chagrinriveroutfitters.com.